All right, guys. Um, Good day, family. Welcome to today's episode of Trading Compass. And last week was pretty much, or this week rather, was pretty much a very, very great week for each and every one of us. And we had pretty much good week. Price analysis just as just as expected and shared with the community was delivered. And we'll just quickly go through that and proceed to what we have for today. Okay, so this was what we got. Just a moment. So this was what we got for the week. After the analysis we dropped, we had this bias for the JPY basket, expecting that 2 weeks ago I shared that we should watch out this zone, that once we can get a break into the zone, would most likely see price just shoot all the way up from there, right? So immediately we got this price movement. We saw a very good reaction, which led to a bullish continuation move for us. And hence, I called out for the community that should watch out on GBPJPY right at these levels for a potential retracement and a very good move you could potentially get in the market. Or we watch out for the break of this zone to now retest from here. For the USD I identified these points of interest and said, let us keep an eye on these levels for retracement. Now you can see exactly how the USD delivered. Price action delivered just as expected, and we sold, which we got also more sales for the week, and GBPJPY also gave us something pretty much interesting. Okay, so this was pretty much what we got for the week. So it was a decent week for each and every one of us, and we want to dive right into what we could potentially get also for this week. So let's dive right into that and see what we can get potentially for this new week. So for the JPY basket, I'll be starting from the JPY basket and just make this a full screen. On the monthly time frame, we have our dealing range still spanning from these lows all the way to this particular high, which is the most recent swing point for me. Coming down to the daily time frame and turning to line chart, focusing on the most recent price action here. We are on that daily time frame. This is the feed levels from that monthly time frame dealing range we just draw, and we drew just now, and we are beginning to see price above that 50% premium levels, and right above that premium levels, you can spot some evidence of a break of structural lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then a break of structure, right? And now we are beginning to create some new higher high structures all the way here. So typically, at the moment, we are bullish on this asset. We are bullish on the JPY basket, calling out for more buys. The only time we're going to start turning bearish is if and only if we see Monday candle close below here. If we get a Monday candle close below here, then know that our bias for the week is going to instantly switch to a selling bias. Okay, but until we see that close, just know that we could potentially get some move to resume the bullish price action. Okay, and having said that, coming to this 4 hours time frame, this is what I can potentially expect on the 4 hours time frame. We're also seeing some support and resistance levels here where price is respecting neatly, and we are right at that zone again. Could it be that we could get a continuation from there? I don't know. Monday is going to tell us by London session, right? To allow the Asian session print some candles, and then by London session, we'll see how we can engage in such trades. Okay, so having said that, the next thing we want to now go down to is the GBPJPY, which is one of the core assets that I look at and I focus on in trading. For the GBPJPY, we can see that this daily structure remains bullish. All right, we are highs, higher lows, higher highs. So until we get a break here, then we can say that, okay, our structure is not bearish. Without which, they will just get a retracement and start heading to the upside. Now, something very much interesting here is that we are at some levels of imbalance here, and we're beginning to see some serious rejections from price, signaling a weak momentum in this price action, which will potentially lead to a bullish price action. But before we engage on this trade, we want to wait for a lower time frame evidence. Now, using our key levels to also confirm this bias, we realize that we traded right into this quarter point key levels, and we're beginning to see rejections all from there, showing that price is struggling to actually break below these levels. By Monday, if we can get a push that will result to a close here, confirming the bullish resumption of this particular trade, we wait for that retest, and we know that we are trading next to the 197.500 levels, which is going to be a pretty much easy target for us. So it's going to be a decent swing for us on this particular asset. Okay, so coming down to, again, back to the GBPJPY, what levels will I be looking out for to take these trades? I'm going to be very, very much patient at this particular point because there's a whole lot of story being told here. All right, we're beginning to see a serious struggle with the sellers and the buyers within this particular zone. All right, previous areas of support and resistance, if we should mark this, is here. We had support right in this particular zone where we saw price broke past it, came back, retested, and then they gave us a little bit push. But yet, this push was not strong enough, all right, to even create a new low. And we are beginning to see some rejections back here. Now, this is going to be the way I will want to keep an eye on these guys, considering the fact that JPY basket is still bullish, which should actually mean bearishness for GBPJPY or all the XSS JPY, that is GBPJPY and USDJPY. But GBPJPY is bullish. And I don't trade asset correlation, all right? I know that asset correlation works, and sometimes one of those assets could be a leading indicator to the next asset. I just only want to trade what the market sees and gives to me based on technical analysis. In this particular case, the JPY basket is not agreeing with the directional bias of the GBPJPY. What do? I trade them individually? Well, that is how I react to them, okay? So having said that, if I can get a structural close above these highs, all right, it's going to make sense with a body candle with some momentum to the upside. All I will look for is a retesting to this particular point of interest to start taking price to the upside, okay? So I'm going to personally keep my eyes on these levels. Just can we get this, a close there into this, and that will be our bullish price action all the way to the upside, okay? So I'll keep my eyes on this, and I'm going to update the Telegram channel every single day. Like I did this week, I'll just keep you updated, even if not every single day, but whenever a good opportunity presents, I'll keep the Telegram channel, I'll keep the community updated on what exactly to do. So if you're watching this video, you want to join our free Telegram channel, the link is in the description. Just click on it and join it so you can be posted on what and how best to react with these levels, okay? So we're just patiently waiting for a close right above here. We're definitely going to get a retest to start taking price all the way to the upside, okay? So having said that, and considering also what the quarter point is doing, you can see that every single thing is in alignment. Next in our analysis is going to be the USDJPY. Now, the USDJPY agrees strongly with the JPY basket, and I want to trade in that direction also. There are times that you will see the GBP/USD buying heavily and USD/JPY selling heavily. It happens also in the market. And as you can see, we've gotten this daily break of structure, showing us that price is bearish. A new lows, lower highs, and lower lows has been created. If I thought we're going to resume bullish, I will need to first of all see a daily break for us to continue price movement. If no daily break of structure, then what can we potentially expect? Just a retest into this region and we resume our bearish price action. So in this particular case, I'm waiting patiently to see what price is going to do. Coming down to our fib quarter point levels, we realize that we just tapped into these quarter point levels. Now, knowing that price journey from one level to another level, just as you can see in the past here, we notice that we just had this rejection off from this level straight to this level. If by Monday, just as we said on the JPY basket, we get a break here, then we can begin to find that bullish price action. Without that break, we are still bearish. We just expect price to come here, give us some evidence on the lower time frame, probably at this point of interest, and then we'll begin to sell price to the downside because the bias remains bearish until we get a break here. So coming down to the lower time frame, which is on the 4 hours time frame, what can we potentially expect? On this market, we can now see that the market is heavily bearish. We can see the struggling momentum every single time that buyers came in, and then the heavy push to the downside. Buyers struggling, heavy push, struggling, heavy push, struggling, heavy push, struggling, and heavy push. So the momentum is still very much to the downside. It's not even slowing down. because we will need to see that slow momentum and then momentum kicking into the market, confirming the change in bias to now begin to engage in this price action, okay? So having said that, we want to pay attention to what price we give to us next week. If they want to continue selling, then we might as well wait for them right at maybe going down to the 1 hour time frame to refine that support and resistance level better. We can potentially wait for them right at these zones right here, okay? So I love to keep an eye to see price trade right into this zone, give us the evidence to sell. If they don't give us that evidence, we might as well get that blast above, be turning this resistance. This was support before, turned resistance, now turning this resistance back again into support, and then we can react from here all the way to the upside. So that is exactly how I trade. I consider momentum, I consider key levels, I consider support and resistance with the daily time frame bias and trade in that direction. So on the USD/JPY, I'm bearish. On the GBPJPY, we are still bearish until we see that break, which we wanted to see, which is here. All right, until we see a break above this demand and supply levels, which we have right here, until we see a break above these levels here, then we can now expect a close, we can expect a retest to now start buying. For the JPY basket, until we see that daily break of structure to the downside, which will come in here, if Monday candle comes, we are maintaining our bullish bias, okay? So having said that, that will be all. I'm going to keep you guys posted in the free Telegram community. So the link is just in the description box below. I want you to click that link, subscribe, and also share with your friends. Like and subscribe and drop some comments if you found this video useful. And if there's any other services or anything you would like me to also include in this series, kindly let me know and I'll do exactly that for you. Our boot camp is coming up and I've made the announcements from the 2nd of June to the 6th of June. 5 days, we're going to be meeting 9 p.m. West African time every single day. And I'll be teaching my model in full. And don't worry, it's going to be free. It's no string attached. I'm not holding anything back. I'm giving every single thing all out. And the videos will be uploaded to the YouTube channel afterward also, so you can always have it to watch whenever needed, okay? So having said that, thank you very much for watching to this particular point. Stay jiggy, all right? Trade safe this into the next week. We're entering trade safe, clap easy, don't blow your account, all right? The market is full of abundance. Utilize every opportunity the market gives to you and make the most, okay? All right, so shalom, guys. Bye.